Hello and welcome to NASCAR Kids View. I'm your host John Breeden, my co-host Nicholas Breeden, and we have a new points leader, and his name is Brad Keselowski. Before we get to that, Kevin Harvick won today's Advocare 500 at Phoenix International Raceway. His first win of the year, his first win in over a year. His last win coming at Richmond in fall of 2011. Now, Kevin Harvick, I said last week that Kevin Harvick, they weren't going to make the chase next year. I still don't know if he's going to make it or not. Do you think Harvick can make it next year?
I'm not sure right now that Kevin Hart is going to make the chase or he's not going to make the chase. He's been having a bad year, no wins, but then he got a win, but he's knocked out of the championship for him. And I believe he's going to get one win, but I'm not sure if Harvick's going to make that chase.
Kevin Harvick did win today's Advocare 500 after a green-white checkered restart, and he now moves up to 8th in points. Jimmy Johnson came in with a 7-point lead over Brad Keselowski, then hit in the wall on lap 234, blowing a right front tire, and now Brad Keselowski has a 20-point lead over Jimmy Johnson heading in the final race. Now, do you think Jimmy Johnson could possibly overcome all this and win the championship?
Not a chance, John. Jimmy Johnson, I thought he was going to win it, but, he's now 20 points back after that wreck. I don't think Jimmy Johnson will now win it because, he needs to win it, and Brad Keselowski, he needs to wreck at Homestead early in the race. So, Jimmy Johnson, he's not going to win it.
Here are your clauses right here. Jimmy Johnson, if he can get maximum points, so if he can win and lead the most laps, Brad Keselowski has to finish 16th or below, and Jimmy Johnson will win the championship. So, if Jimmy Johnson wins and leads the most laps, Brad Keselowski needs to finish 15th or above. It's definitely going to be tough for Jimmy Johnson to win next week. Speaking of Brad Keselowski, he is your new points leader after finishing 6th at Phoenix. And Jimmy Johnson, of course, wrecking on lap 234. Like I said, now he has a 20-point lead over Jimmy Johnson going to the final race. Now, there at the end, he almost, he basically did get into the wreck. Do you think Brad could win next week in Homestead, just close out the year with the championship and the win, kind of like how Tony did last year?
Brad, he's never won at Homestead, but I believe that Brad's going to finish around 3rd through 7th, but Brad, he's not going to win it.
Well, Brad Keselowski, 5 wins this year. He is the new point leader. In those final few laps, Clint Bowyer and Jeff Gordon were battling for 5th. They were both racing very hard. Clint Bowyer got into Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon was trying to get it back at him, then Bowyer threw Jeff Gordon up in the wall. Jeff Gordon was getting black flagged, actually, and on the way back, Clint Bowyer drove by Jeff Gordon, and Jeff Gordon slammed Clint Bowyer up into the wall. Afterwards, the team, it was Jeff Gordon's team and Clint Bowyer's team getting into a fight over there at the wreck area. Now, Jeff Gordon went into, after the race, he was in NASCAR hauler with Alan Gustafson, whatever, talking NASCAR. Do you think they should suspend Jeff Gordon, put him on probation, do something like that?
I believe Jeff Gordon should be on probation. NASCAR officials gave him a warning at Phoenix, but Jeff Gordon not going to get suspended, but he's going to be on probation.
This is kind of familiar. Last year at Texas, Kyle Busch was running with Ron Hornaday in a truck race. Ron Hornaday was in position to win a truck championship. Kyle Busch wrecked him, and he got suspended. But they warned Kyle Busch multiple times not to do it. This is the first time this has come up with Jeff Gordon. So I think he may be put on probation. He's not going to be suspended. Anyways, Clint Bowyer did fall back in the points, and that moved Casey Kane up to 3rd in points. He is mathematically out, back by 50. It's down to Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski. Now, do you think Casey Kane can win the championship possibly next year? Because right now he's mathematically out of it this year.
I do think Casey Kane will win it. Because if he does real good this season, he's going to be really good next season because, You know, he had bad luck at the start of the season, but then his luck changed and he got good luck. But I believe Casey Kane will win it, and he's not going to have any bad luck next year.
Casey Kane has 2 wins coming at New Hampshire and then the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Now, Nicholas, there's 1 race left in the season. And by the way, I beat you again with Casey Kane. I beat you 7 weeks in a row. Are you finally going to beat me this week?
Yes, I'm going with 5. I'm not going with 5 time. I'm going with the number 5 of Casey Kane. Casey Kane goes to victory lane in Homestead.
You know who's going to win? Brad Keselowski. He's going to close out the year not only with a championship, but with a win. Just like Tony did last year. He's going to get his 6th win of the year, and he's going to win the 2012 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship. That's it for NASCAR Keep You. We have 1 more show left. I'm your host, John Breeden, my co-host, Nicholas Breeden. We'll see you next week.